Not being able to go to TennoCon back in July was kind of gutting because they had the Valkyr collector's statue. Since then, I've crossed my fingers and hoped it would pop up. I even kind of put the money to one side to actually be able to get one, just in case it did, and I didn't really notice it did. It just kind of popped up on the website and was like, ooh, click, 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 done. I don't regret that at all. I mean, at the time it was like, well, I've got to stop buying these. My wasn't really that good. She fell apart. Too many parts needed glued on. I didn't glue them. It's my fault, not the statues. Nyx, I want to say Nyx was battle damaged, but after looking at this and then comparing it to Nyx, I would say this is more... This is definitely better painted than any have been since probably the first one. The Excalibur statue itself, which you can't even get anymore. Because I don't know how to put this. It literally nothing will do this thing that much justice. Each one is different because they're supposed to be hand painted, but it's the detail in the modelling as well. And the fact that this is the first statue that has an alternate helmet on, not the standard helmet on, gives me hope that eventually when Frost does come out, because when he comes out I am buying two and I am painting one, because I want one in the colours that I use all the time. Probably not a good idea, giant waste of money. Might just get one and paint it and hope I can get a hold of another one after I destroy it. But this, that is basically exactly how I used Valkyr for the longest times. Original alternate helmet, leaving the colours as they were because, well, slightly orange. So when I first saw this statue, I knew I had to have it. And after it arrived, I sat there looking at it for about 10, 20 minutes. And that's when I noticed the actual paint job on this thing is so much better. But again, that's because it'll differ, because they're supposed to be hand painted. But the moa leg that's just kind of thrown over one shoulder after ripping it off the... It literally looks like she's stood on the moa, ripped one of its legs off. It is really nicely done, and the leg she's thrown over her right shoulder is really well balanced. The only downside I could find to this whole thing is the bonds. The bonds being in-game an optional extra, you had to buy them with platinum. It doesn't come standard on her, neither does the helmet. I lost one. It was actually only the other day I actually lost one. It's just gone. But the kind of just sit on there. I'm assuming these are parts that again have to be glued on, kind of like Nyx's headpiece. Of course, the biggest problem to this being the bonds, because they just kind of fall off, and I've heard problems people have had with them and lots of other stuff. I don't understand where mine went. It's there in the video. It's there when I put it on the bookshelf. I then moved them to the back of, it's like a 30-inch deep bookshelf. And it's when it was at the back, it fell off and disappeared. I have no idea where it went. It couldn't have fallen off the front because there's something in front of all of these. Bit of a letdown, but that's just my fault. This thing by itself was actually ridiculously nicely done. Probably the best since Excalibur itself.